So I'm gonna just give you this is a random thought I had as I drive down my street and I see three Amazon three Amazon trucks. Oh, what's this at the bottom? Kathy Wood has a warning about traditional growth. Man, I tell you, media loves Kathy Wood right now. I hope she is the clairvoyant harbinger Jedi that everyone thinks she is at the moment. Maybe she's the next Warren Buffett. Someone's gonna have to replace him, right? But man, the media loves her right now. Everywhere you go. Anyways, driving down my street, I see three Amazon trucks. I'm pretty sure I saw an Amazon truck outside my house at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Like you gotta be a brave job going around people's house at 5 and like they're out there early. They're out there late, rolling up in the dark. Like someone's gonna come out and blast your ass. Like, man, I don't want to be an Amazon driver. Remember when shit, they UPS didn't drop packages off and past 5 o'clock and the mail didn't come on Sunday. These Amazon people, they don't stop. They're out there everywhere, all times of night. It's man, not something I'd want to be doing in this day and age. Someone gonna shoot your ass up. But at the same time as I see these three Amazon trucks, I got a email notification that from UPS that my Amazon shipment was coming. And it dawned on me. I just had, this is how my mind thinks about business. I see two things and my mind goes off in random spots. But how much easier it was for Amazon to grow this shipping business, knowing that at any point they could just go back to normal and ship a package by UPS, FedEx, or United States Postal Service. And they didn't have to have this full business up and running at perfect capacity. They could just slowly grow their supply chain side, knowing that if it ever gets too big, they can always use UPS, just like everybody else. Think about the risks they didn't have to take. The standard startup thing. You got to go buy a bunch of equipment and a bunch of stuff. You lose money for the first 2 or 3 years. You're fighting to stay alive. You're cutting prices. You're trying to get customers. Well, Amazon already had the customers, and they didn't have to worry about overstaffing or overgrowing because at any point, at Christmas time, for example, when the seasonal stuff hits and they don't have the workload, they just send it to UPS. They just send it to FedEx. If you think about it, they could actually kind of screw with their competitors just by how much business they want to send over to FedEx. And if you want to make someone's customer service go down, you just go flood UPS with stuff, right? It's such a unique advantage to be able to go grow this business at whatever rate you want, knowing that you already have the built-in customer and that you don't need to have demand and capacity completely figured out, because anytime that there's a blip and there's an abnormal amount of volume, it just goes to UPS or the Postal Service or FedEx. And every once in a while, I'll get Amazon packages from a different carrier. Imagine being in that spot where you've had built-in guaranteed customers whenever you want them, and when you had too much, you could just lay it off on somebody else, or even have the power to flood a competitor with too much business and make your customer service go down. This is one hell of a luxury when you think about it. If you had to go start a brand new business right now and go get the customers for shipping for your logistics company, buy all the equipment and get the customers and deal with the ups and downs. When things are slow, you got a lot of overhead sitting around. And when things are too busy, you don't have enough people, you're paying overtime, you're incurring cost. Amazon can walk this line perfectly just by figuring out roughly what demand's going to be. And God forbid they're wrong in one way or the other. They send it over to UPS, or you send less to UPS based on your own demand. It is goddamn clever when you think about it. I think a lot of people sit around and like, oh, Amazon this and Amazon that, but you sit back and think about the business strategy. They're not getting here just by luck. Someone's sitting there, and this is far beyond math, right? Someone had to have this idea at first. They weren't thinking, let's go buy 150 cargo planes and a whole bunch of these trucks and then we'll figure this shit out. No, they strategically grew this over time, knowing that even if they made hiccups, they can still use these other carriers to get the job done and not damage Amazon's reputation. What a luxury what a spot to be in. Amazon is now shipping cargo for outside customers in its latest move. They got nothing to lose. At any time that they feel like they have extra capacity, they can start taking on more work outside of the Amazon customer base. And they get to do it all at the expense of everybody else. It's when Amazon's got extra time and extra capacity, they do it, and if they don't, they don't. And God forbid they ever get too busy, then we just offload it on to UPS again. If you're in a business where you got to think about those opportunities where, maybe you use contractors or consultants when things get too busy and you start laying off some of your work to other people. Now, most of the time, that's risky because you end up putting your own reputation on the line when you use someone as like a 1099 contractor. Most of the time, the best work comes from the people that work for you full time, that are really invested in you and your business for 40 hours a week. They're getting that paycheck. Contractors kind of, they're as someone told me, they're cowboys, right? They just kind of come and go as they please, and they're going to do whatever they want to do. And if they want to get to you today, they get it today, and if that, they'll do it tomorrow. But maybe your customer wanted it today. So there is that inherent risk of using outside sources. The thing with Amazon is their outside source was a pretty reliable source, right? It's FedEx, UPS, or the Postal Service, which can be reliable. Depends on where you live, anyways. It's much harder for a lot of other businesses to do that. You just don't have this unlimited capacity to use outside sources to take the demand off you while you grow your business that's competing with this company you're laying shit off to. Man, this is a whole case study, right? You should start seeing this in the MBA programs real soon. Anyways, short episode for the business people out there. This is the type of thinking you have to do when you're looking for advantages, when you're trying to, I think it's called an ambidextrous organization, where you're trying to hang on to the old way and grow into the new world at the same damn time. A lot of companies want to flip this switch, just go all modern, and they fail at it. You're able to do these two things at the same time if you have great strategy and execution. Granted, this wasn't really an old way to new way type of thing. This was, I'm starting a whole new kind of business segment. But using their internal resources mixed and matched with the capacity of outside servicers. And even today, I still get a package from FedEx or from UPS here and there. And I just have to imagine, when they figure out that they can't get to my area that day to deliver, it just goes to UPS. Clever as shit when you think about it, and you gotta sit back and go, what is UPS and FedEx gonna do about it? It's they're so vertically integrated, unless you go cut them some mad deal. But at this point, Amazon's like, F you, we got this. This is all internal. We can do whatever we want, and we can control the customer experience on the shipping. I don't know. Crazy to think that, UPS and FedEx is even in this position. But Amazon has put them there. They're dead in the sights, and they're about to lock and load on their ass. Look, they're not going to take over the whole world, just like Tesla's not going to take over the entire electric car market. But it is a hell of a position to be in, where you basically have all the advantages and none of the disadvantages, and you can offload all the disadvantages onto your competitors whenever you want. Yeah, that's some sexy ass business right there. Anyways, that's all I got for this one. I will catch you on the next one.